What's up, YouTube? Welcome to an all-new edition of Carbizus, where we talk about the cars you love, the businesses that afford, plus the power of Jesus. On today's episode, we got to get some very important paint protection work done. See, I had paint protection on the car before, but the older version of paint protection yellows, whereas the new ones have what they call UV inhibitors. So we're going to get that done on this sweet little baby. Plus, I got a lot of things to do today. So you're going to go with me to my warehouse, and you going to go to Starbucks, and we're gonna do some other fun things too. Gonna play a fun game. Here are the top 8 apps that I use. Of course, my Tesla app, Sam's Club, Chick-fil-A, YouTube, Starbucks, Yelp, Safari, and Instagram. But today, we're gonna make this a Starbucks day, baby. One thing that's kind of cool about an Aston Martin is the car drives different depending on how you previously drove the car the 30 miles before. So literally the Aston Martin relearns gear timing and the way that the throttle response happens based on, again, the previous 30 miles. So I was kind of driving the car hard, so the car wants me to drive it hard. So I guess there's only one solution for that. This is how we typically take a good morning turn. Only go as fast as the car in front of you. Carbizus family, we need your help with something while we sitting at a stoplight. As we at Carbizus, we buying either a Lamborghini or a McLaren. Now, I talked to Justin Norton. Of course, he's friend of Carbizus, as you know, owner of Atlanta Custom Wraps, Season 2 winner. And he swears up and down, having had both cars, that he recommends that I go with the McLaren. My reservation with the McLaren is the reliability. So I hear that the engine and transmission, that there's never an issue, but the car has nonstop issues with the electronic system. So what we did is we talked to our guy Luke, who's the service manager over at Motor Cars of Atlanta, and we asked his suggestion. His suggestion was very interesting. He said that he's worked there for years, and that while McLarens come in on truck beds for electronic breakdowns, mostly, that he never has Lamborghinis. And at Carbizus, we need a reliable supercar because we like to drive them often, we like to drive them fast, we like to just enjoy the car the way we're supposed to. So, give me your feedback, put your comments below. Should we go with a Lamborghini Gallardo, probably like a 2013, or should we go with a McLaren S570? Put your comments below. So I get asked the question, what tries to race most often? And it'll surprise you. Honda Civics. I don't know what it is about Honda Civics, but some of them are sleeper cars, so you gotta be careful with them. And dun 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 dun. Starbucks. Now I'll tell you the one thing I am gonna miss if we do get a Lamborghini. A cup holder. That's right. Lamborghinis don't come with cup holders. We had the goofiest thing happen with the Aston Martin. Even though it is a paddle shifter, it actually has a computer that shifts the clutch like in a traditional manual car. I'm at Starbucks, I'm pulling out, and I stalled the car 2 times. Like, I didn't even know that was possible, even though I was told it was possible. Yeah. We're gonna have to do better. All right, Vivid Auto Solutions for our paint protection. Special shout out to my guys over at Vivid Auto Solutions. Garrett, Brandon, and the rest of the squad did a great job. Take a quick look. Of course, we got the 3M paint protection film put on the hood, the front bumper, as well as on the mirrors. Turned out real good.
and today on the Carbizus Car Talk.
Wanted to do a quick video message at the suggestion of one of my business partners who said, Shaun, you need to start sharing more of, your experiences, good and bad, because many of these things would be a blessing to other people. I am by nature a very private person. I go in the back door and exit the back door of all of my businesses. Fact of it is, I disclose less than 10% of what I do and how I do it for a lot of different reasons that I won't go into. But what my friend challenged me in is I want to share something that I learned from a friend who's worth over $800 million. This friend who is worth over $800 million has a home that many of you have actually seen every week on television. It's over 200 acres. House has over 30 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms. This friend of mine, who is an African-American Christian business owner, right, is so wealthy that on this property that has lakes and beyond, he has a 80-room hotel, right? Indoor ballroom, indoor swimming pool, conference rooms, executive offices, lobby, so on and so forth, that he does not make available to the public. I've been to this property many a times. Every single room has a massaging chair that's like a $5,000 chair and beyond, right? So when someone who's worth $800 million, who's an African-American business owner, begins to share wisdom and life experiences, good and bad, you would be wise to listen, and so I did. This friend of mine, who's worth $800 million, has taught me, right, the priority of God first, family second. You see, this man loves and reveres the Lord at the highest level. He is so successful that he intentionally does not tell you who he is. This friend of mine, when Targets go out of business in a particular location, they call him to buy the location first, right? Getting back to my original point about placing family as the first priority, one thing that I learned from him is that while extended family is optional, immediate family is never optional. If you want the greatest life and want to create legacy, succession-based results for your children's children. What this friend who's worth $800 million has taught me is that as an individual, I have to time block to the 10th degree to be able to accomplish both entrepreneurial, but more importantly, family success. So much so that before my 14-year-old son was born, I literally went to 95% of all prenatal events because I wanted to establish the habit. So much so that even when I, in the same week, had to go to London, India, China, I orientated my schedule so that while I had to take a 27-hour flight to get home to do it, I still didn't miss my son's games, right? So ultimately, you have to understand, putting God and your family first can only be done intentionally, because I never accomplished something without intent. The second thing this friend of mine worth $800 million taught me, right, is the importance of being committed to time blocking. If you know anything about me, right, I'm very rigid with my time because I have to be. Everything is scheduled to the point where from 6 to 7:30 a.m., this is what I'm gonna be doing. Then from 7:30 to 9 a.m., this is what I'm gonna be doing. And while life does pop up and I have to occasionally deviate from that, I stick to it because it's the only way to effectively progress towards things that cause the greatest result. An example with how important time blocking is that you have to understand, we as people overestimate what we can get done in 3 days, but we underestimate what we can get done in 3 weeks, is the life principle I live on. What this friend worth $800 million also has taught me, right, is that ultimately at the end of the day, success is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I wish I was a Mark Zuckerberg where within a few years I became successful. That wasn't my story, right? It's been a journey that I've lived for 22 years, and it took a long time and a lot of work and a lot of lessons and a lot of losses that didn't amount to failure, but really propelled me moving forward, learning what to do and what not to do. Because while wisdom is certainly learning from other people's mistakes, in life we still have to incur our own because our journeys are unique to us. And so, all in all, what I've shared with you is my friend worth $800 million has taught me the power of placing immediate family first, above all. What my friend worth $800 million has taught me, right, is that time blocking is the only way to have sustainable success. What my friend has taught me, right, is that success is a marathon, not a sprint. And he is absolutely right.